thick whispers.
The legend of La Llorona, Mexico's weeping spirit. Imagine this. It's late at night. The streets are quiet. No cars, no people. Just the sound of wind brushing past old buildings. And then you hear it. A woman crying. Not normal crying. Not sobbing. But a long, hollow wail that sounds like it's coming from everywhere at once. Ay, mis hijos. Oh, my children. You freeze. Because here's the thing. Everyone in Mexico knows what that cry means. When you hear it, something bad is about to happen. Tonight, we're talking about La Llorona, Mexico's most famous ghost. A spirit said to wander rivers, streets, and villages, forever searching for the children she lost. But the real story? It's darker, more tragic, and way more complicated than most people realize. This isn't just a ghost story. It's a legend about love, betrayal, guilt, and grief. So let's go back to where it all began. Who is La Llorona? La Llorona literally means the weeping woman. She's often described as a tall woman dressed in white, long black hair covering her face, floating instead of walking, always near water, rivers, lakes, canals, and always crying. People say if you hear her cry nearby, she's actually far away. If you hear her cry far away, she's right behind you. She's been blamed for missing children, sudden drownings, people vanishing near rivers, nightmares, and bad luck. Parents have used her story for generations to scare kids into coming home before dark. But La Llorona isn't just a scary bedtime story. Her legend has existed for hundreds of years, long before horror movies, YouTube, or even Mexico as we know it today. To understand her, we need to go way back. The most common version of the legend. This is the version most people know. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful woman named Maria. She lived in a small village and came from a poor background. One day, she fell in love with a rich man, sometimes described as a nobleman or Spanish officer. They had children together. But there was a problem. The man didn't want to marry her. Or in some versions, he married her, but later abandoned her for a woman of higher social status. Maria was devastated. Her entire life had been built around this man and her children. And when he left, she snapped. One night, near a river, she drowned her own children. As soon as she realized what she had done, the guilt crushed her. She cried She screamed. She begged forgiveness. Then, she drowned herself too. But instead of finding peace in death, her spirit was cursed. Now, she wanders the earth forever, crying for the children she murdered, searching, weeping, never resting. That's the story most people hear. But here's where things get interesting. The story is older than you think. La Llorona didn't start as just one woman. Her roots go back to pre-Hispanic Mexico, long before Spanish colonization. In Aztec mythology, there was a goddess named Cihuacoatl. She was a mother figure, associated with childbirth, and known to wander at night, crying for her children. Sound familiar? Even more chilling, Aztec records say that before the Spanish arrived, people heard a woman crying at night, warning, "My children, we must flee from this city." Many believe this was a prophecy of the fall of the Aztec Empire. When the Spanish finally arrived and conquered Mexico, the story of La Llorona merged with colonial guilt, cultural trauma, loss of land, people, and identity. She became a symbol of grief, not just for lost children, but for a lost world. So La Llorona isn't just a murderer ghost. She's a reflection of history.
Why water matters.
One thing that never changes in La Llorona stories: water. She's always near. Rivers, lakes, canals, flooded streets. In Mexican culture, water represents life, death, transition between worlds. Water is where souls cross over. That's why people say, if you're near water at night and hear crying, you should leave immediately. Some legends say La Llorona lures children by pretending to be their mother, mistakes strangers' kids for her own, or drags people into the water in her grief. But here's the twist. Not all versions paint her as evil. Is La Llorona a monster or a victim? This is where opinions split. Some people see La Llorona as a warning against betrayal, a punishment for selfish love, a symbol of uncontrolled emotion. Others see her as a woman crushed by patriarchy, a mother abandoned and left powerless, a victim of impossible social expectations. Think about it. In colonial times, women had very few rights. A woman abandoned by a man could lose everything. Children born outside marriage were often shamed. Maria wasn't just heartbroken, she was trapped. Some modern retellings suggest the children drowned accidentally, or she was blamed unfairly, or the story was twisted over time. In these versions, her curse isn't punishment, it's injustice. And that makes her story even sadder. Real people, real fear. What keeps La Llorona alive isn't just old stories. It's the experiences people still talk about today. People claim they've heard crying near rivers at night, seen a woman in white floating above the ground, followed the sound only for it to suddenly stop. In some towns, people swear. Dogs start howling when she appears. The air gets colder. Lights flicker. And children? They're said to be especially sensitive to her presence. Parents warn, don't stay out late or La Llorona will take you. Even people who don't believe in ghosts will admit one thing. Hearing a woman cry alone at night is deeply unsettling.
La Llorona in modern culture.
La Llorona hasn't faded with time. She's everywhere. Movies, TV shows, songs, poems, horror games. Hollywood often portrays her as a straight-up monster. But Mexican and Latin American storytellers usually treat her differently. They focus on her sadness, her regret, her endless suffering. She's not chasing people because she's evil. She's chasing something she can never get back. And honestly, that's scarier than any jump scare.
Why the legend still hits hard.
So why does La Llorona still matter today? Because her story touches on universal fears. Losing loved ones. Regret that can't be undone. Guilt that never fades. She represents the consequences of emotional breakdown, the pain of abandonment, the darkness that grief can create. And maybe most importantly, she reminds us that some wounds don't heal. They echo, just like her cry.
If you hear her. So tonight, if you're walking near water and the streets are quiet and you hear a woman crying in the distance, don't follow the sound. Because according to the legend, if La Llorona finds you, she might mistake you for her child. And once she does, she'll never let go. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more legends, myths, and dark folklore from around the world. And let me ask you, do you think La Llorona is a monster? Or a mother trapped by her own sorrow? Let me know in the comments.